also came across this. I literally just saw this today. I have not watched this yet.
Since you bring it up, why don't we just start
God, he's so fucking ugly.
there. Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
What's this? There's your answer.
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients
Dr. Verma, very good doctor, by the way. Board certified obstetrician. Very, very good doctor.
with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think.
Why the fuck is
wasn't
this
sure
in
where you were going
360p?
with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Yes. Woke, actually, yes. Men can get pregnant and do quite often.
Again,
Or so I've
the
heard.
reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that
God, he's so fucking ugly, dude. This suit looks like shit on him.
science and evidence should control, not politics. So let's just test that.
So science and evidence shows that men can get pregnant. This is such a fucking waste of time as well.
Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get
I take care
pregnant?
of many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I
agree.
think.
Science and evidence should guide
Let her speak, you fucking chud. Yeah, well, that's the point. They're gonna just keep asking the same question, trying to get a different reaction.
medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant?
She's kind of floundering here. The correct answer is, and this is a stupid fucking question, so I don't blame her for this. The correct answer is, yes. That is literally all you need to say. Yes, according to science, people who identify as men but are born with bodies with ovaries and a uterus can get pregnant.
Biological men. Can they get pregnant?
Oh, there it is. Biological men.
I also think yes, no questions.
Wait! He's so dumb! I just realized he's saying biological men, can they get pregnant? Because he's talking about trans women. Wait, he's talking about trans women. And she's correctly assessing the fact that she thinks he's saying trans men.
Like this are a political tool. And
No, yes, no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence. And
Can biological men get pregnant, man? Oh, he's so dumb.
I'm asking you. You know, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know.
God, he's so ugly too.
Oh, based on the science, can men get pregnant?
Yes.
That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity.
Called an expert by the other side is insane.
As a medical professional and as a scientist, can men get pregnant?
By the way, this conversation is coming from a hearing on abortion pills being, on the regulation of abortion pills.
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question. It sounds like.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
Again,
They're going to constantly interrupt her. I don't blame her for this, but she needs to be far more combative. She seems like a very sweet and lovely person. She needs to be far more combative.
I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be
Be polarized, please!
trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men.
It also
We are here about the safety of women and science.
What about people who are intersex and that have a uterus? Yeah, I think she needs to snap and go off on this. We need to stop holding this like neoliberal level of decorum.
That shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged, and yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science.
Also, they're talking about mifepristone, which is so safe. I see every day I see mifepristone get prescribed in my pharmacy. In pharmacies, I see mifepristone get prescribed every single day. See it constantly get prescribed. Not every single day, but I see the numbers. I see the numbers every single day. I don't see it prescribed every day at my specific pharmacy, but I do see it in pharmacies prescribed around the U.S. every single day, and it's a very safe drug
if you
when used correctly.
won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal.
Yeah. I mean, they're calling someone like her up, by the way. What is she? I don't remember why they called her up specifically. Oh, it's because she provides reproductive health care in Georgia, Massachusetts. They're basically choosing a random doctor who they know isn't going to be combative.
I don't think they serve the American
It
people.
is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women, and I want this to be clear and for the
It's like 0.002 thing, 2-3% of a difference. Men and women, NBs, XX and XY chromosomes are pretty much identical. I'm not gonna even lie to you.
record. It is
There's very little difference between XX and XY chromosomes. Your bodies are pretty much the exact same. And that's why when people go on hormone replacement therapy, your body actively changes because you are built in with all the code for it.
not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing, that is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as
The United States
the
Constitution.
refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary that you would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing. I see that my time has nearly expired. I just want to thank the other witnesses for being here. Thank you for protecting women and children. Thank you for your valiant efforts. Thank you for following the science. And thank you.
Yeah, I think we need to execute Republicans. Now, I'm not saying we need to go out and kill this guy. I'm not saying that. But people like him need to be put behind bars for life after this administration. That is something I will stand behind. And it is protected by my free speech.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing.
Oh, God. I'm not saying go out and attack that guy. Not inciting violence. But what I am saying is that he needs to be behind bars. This argument of biological men versus biological women will persist forever until Democrats take a fucking stand and grow a spine and say that there's no difference and that who the fuck cares, and we're gonna increase infinite rights for everybody. That's what they need to do. Like, the fact that Democrats have ceded so much ground on this is making the issue worse. And that's why we love Mamdani, because he will never cede ground on this issue. He will never cede ground on this issue, chat. He'll never back off. Oh, God. So goddamn annoying they are.